My name is Cassidy, and I'm 30 years old. 5 years ago, my entire family turned their backs on me because of lies. Lies so convincing that even my own parents believed them. The person who destroyed my life? My Aunt Linda, my father's older sister. "You're really going through with this?" my best friend Maya asked as I stood in front of my mirror, adjusting my dress for my cousin Emma's wedding. "I have to," I replied. "Emma personally invited me. She said she never believed what they said about me." "What if they kick you out?" "Then they kick me out. But I'm not hiding anymore." 5 years ago, I was 25 and working at my family's real estate development company. My grandfather had left me a 30% stake in his will, along with my father, who got 40%, and Aunt Linda, who got 30%. 3 months after Grandpa died, everything fell apart. "Cassidy, we need to talk," my father had said, his face cold as stone. My mother stood beside him, looking disappointed. "What's wrong, Dad?" "Linda showed us the documents, the embezzlement records, the falsified contracts. How could you steal from the company?" "What? I never! Don't lie to us!" my mother snapped. "We saw the bank transfers, money going from company accounts to your personal account, hundreds of thousands of dollars." "That's insane! I would never!" "Linda has proof," Dad continued. "Signed documents, email chains, everything. She's been investigating for months. We're removing you from the company immediately. You're lucky we're not pressing charges." "Dad, please, let me see the evidence." "Get out of this house," my mother said. "We're ashamed to call you our daughter." I was devastated. Within a week, the entire family knew. Cousins deleted me from social media. Uncles refused my calls. My younger brother Jason stopped answering my texts. Linda had poisoned everyone against me. For 2 years, I struggled. I moved to another city, worked 3 jobs to survive. Then, one day, my cousin Emma called. "Cassidy, it's Emma. Please don't hang up." "Emma? I didn't expect to hear from you." "I need to tell you something. I never believed what Aunt Linda said about you. And recently, I discovered something disturbing." "What do you mean?" "I work in accounting now. Last month, I was helping Mom organize old family business files, and I found bank statements that don't match Linda's story. The transfers she claimed you made, they went to an offshore account, not your personal account. And the dates are wrong. Some transfers happened after you were already removed from the company." My heart raced. "Are you saying—" "I'm saying Aunt Linda framed you. And I think I know why. She wanted full control of the company. With you gone and your dad guilt-ridden, she convinced him to sell his shares to her at a discount. She now owns 70% of everything Grandpa built. That's over $10 million in assets." "Exactly. Cassidy, I'm getting married in 3 months. I want you there. But more importantly, I want to help you prove your innocence." I met Emma at a coffee shop the next week. She brought copies of everything she'd found. "Look at these," Emma said, spreading documents across the table. "These bank records show Linda made the transfers herself. She forged your signature on the authorization forms." "How did she even access company accounts?" "She was CFO. She had full access. And she's brilliant at covering her tracks. But not brilliant enough." "Emma, why are you helping me? Your mom is Linda's sister-in-law. This could cause problems for you." "Because family should mean loyalty and truth, not blind allegiance to liars," Emma said firmly. "Besides, my fiancé Marcus is a corporate attorney. He's already looked at this evidence." And he says you have a solid case for fraud, defamation, and corporate theft. But we need more proof. We need someone who can dig deeper. That's when I hired Richard Chen, a private investigator specializing in corporate fraud. 3 weeks later, he called me with news. "Cassidy, I found your smoking gun," Richard said. "Linda's offshore accounts. She's been siphoning money from the company for 7 years, started before your grandfather died. The total theft is over $2 million. Can you prove it?" "I've got bank statements, shell company registrations in her name, and email correspondence with an accountant who helped her set it up. I also found something else. She paid her accountant $100,000 to create the false evidence against you." "She paid someone to frame me?" "His name is Dennis Walsh. He's willing to testify. Linda stopped paying him last year, and he kept records as insurance. He's scared of going to prison and wants immunity in exchange for cooperation." "What do we do now?" "We take everything to the police and file a civil lawsuit. But Emma mentioned you want to confront Linda first." "At Emma's wedding. The whole family will be there. I want them to know the truth from my mouth before they hear it from lawyers." Emma insisted I stay with her and Marcus while we prepared. 3 days before the wedding, we had a strategy session. "Here's the plan," Marcus explained. "During the reception, we'll arrange a private family meeting. We'll present the evidence in front of everyone, your parents, Linda, all your aunts and uncles." "Won't Linda just deny everything?" I asked. "That's why I'll be there as your attorney," Marcus said. "And Richard will have copies of all evidence. Plus, I've already contacted the district attorney. They're preparing fraud and embezzlement charges. The police will arrive to arrest her at the wedding." "That seems extreme," I said quietly. "Cassidy, she destroyed your life," Emma said, squeezing my hand. "She deserves to face justice publicly, in front of the people she manipulated." "Your cousin's right," Richard added. "Linda spent 5 years as the family hero, the one who discovered your supposed crimes. Everyone needs to see her mask come off." The wedding was beautiful. Emma looked radiant. I sat in the back during the ceremony, catching my father's shocked stare when he noticed me. My mother looked away. Jason, now 23, gave me a small, uncertain wave. During the reception, Emma approached my parents' table with Marcus and me. "Dad, Mom, can the family gather in the private event room?" Emma asked. "There's something important everyone needs to hear." "Emma, why is she here?" my father asked, glaring at me. "Because she's family, Uncle David, and because you all owe her an apology." 20 minutes later, 15 family members crowded into the room. Linda sat front and center, confident and smug. "Well, Cassidy," Linda said loudly, "it takes courage to show your face here after what you did." "Actually, Aunt Linda, we need to talk about what you did," I replied. Marcus stood. "My name is Marcus Chen, and I'm an attorney. I'm here representing Cassidy Thompson in a case of corporate fraud, embezzlement, defamation, and identity theft, all committed by Linda Thompson." "This is ridiculous," Linda laughed. "David, are you going to let these children make accusations?" "Let them speak," Emma's mother said quietly. "I want to hear this." Richard stepped forward with a briefcase. "I'm Richard Chen, a private investigator. 5 years ago, Linda Thompson framed Cassidy for embezzlement to seize control of Thompson Development Company. Here's proof." He displayed bank statements on a portable screen. "These transfers that Linda claimed Cassidy made, they went to offshore accounts controlled by Linda herself. Here are the account registrations showing Linda's name and signature. Those are forgeries, Linda protested. They're authenticated by 3 different banks, Marcus countered. We also have testimony from Dennis Walsh, the accountant you paid to create false evidence against Cassidy. He's willing to testify in exchange for immunity. My father stood up, his face pale. Linda, is this true? Of course not. David, you're my brother. You know me. I have your email correspondence with Walsh, Richard continued. You paid him $100,000 to forge documents. You stole over $2 million from the company over 7 years. And you manipulated your entire family to isolate an innocent woman. Show us everything, my mother demanded. For the next 30 minutes, we presented every piece of evidence: bank records, emails, shell company documents, Walsh's sworn affidavit, the accountant's confession that Linda had paid him to frame me. Cassidy, my father finally said, tears streaming down his face. I'm so sorry. I should have listened to you. Why, Linda? My mother asked. Why would you do this to your own niece? Because I deserved that company, Linda screamed, her composure finally breaking. Dad always favored David. He gave him 40% and me only 30%. And then he gave Precious Cassidy 30% when she'd only worked there 3 years. I built that company for 20 years. So you destroyed my daughter's life out of jealousy? My father said, his voice shaking with rage. I took what should have been mine. The door opened. 2 police officers entered with Detective James Morrison. Linda Thompson, Detective Morrison said, you're under arrest for embezzlement, fraud, forgery, and conspiracy to commit identity theft. Linda's face went white. No, wait. We can work this out. You have the right to remain silent, the officer continued, handcuffing her. 3 days after Linda's arrest, our family gathered at my parents' house. Marcus had arranged for everyone to be present for what he called the resolution meeting. Cassidy, before we begin, I need to say something, my father started. I failed you. I'm your father, and AI should have defended you. I should have investigated. I'm so incredibly sorry. Dad, Let me finish, please. Your mother and I want you to know that we're going to spend the rest of our lives making this up to you. We've already contacted a real estate attorney about restoring your ownership stake in the company. My mother took my hand. We missed 5 years of your life because we were foolish. Can you forgive us? I've already forgiven you, I said, tears falling. I just want my family back. Jason hugged me tightly. I missed you so much, sis. I'm sorry I didn't reach out. You were 18 and confused. It's okay. Marcus cleared his throat professionally. Now, let's discuss the legal situation. Linda is being held on a $1 million bail, which she cannot afford because the court has frozen all her assets pending the criminal investigation. What charges is she facing? Emma's father asked. 17 counts, including grand theft, embezzlement, fraud, forgery, and conspiracy. The district attorney estimates she'll face 15 to 20 years in prison if convicted, Marcus explained. That seems harsh, my mother said softly. She stole over $2 million and destroyed Cassidy's reputation, Marcus countered. The DA is not interested in plea deals. They want to make an example of her. What about the company? My father asked. That's the good news, Marcus continued. Linda's shares are being seized as proceeds of crime. The court has appointed a mediator to oversee the company's restructuring. Cassidy, you'll regain your 30% ownership. Your father will get back the shares Linda pressured him to sell at a discount. The company will be returned to its rightful ownership structure. When does this happen? I asked. Within 60 days. The judge expedited the order given the clear evidence of fraud. Emma sat beside me, smiling. So you're getting everything back? Your family, your inheritance, your reputation? Thanks to you, I said, squeezing her hand. You saved me. You saved yourself by not giving up, Emma replied. The doorbell rang. Detective Morrison entered, carrying a folder. Cassidy, I wanted to update you personally, he said. Linda's accountant, Dennis Walsh, officially testified this morning. His statement corroborates everything. Linda's public defender tried to negotiate a plea, but the DA refused. What did Linda say? My father asked. She tried to claim she was protecting the family business from Cassidy's incompetence, Detective Morrison said. But the evidence is overwhelming. Walsh kept meticulous records of every transaction, every forged document, every lie Linda told him to construct. Will she really get 20 years? I asked. The DA is pushing for the maximum sentence. 25 years, actually. Linda's age will work against her. She's 57 now. If she gets 25 years, she'll be in her 80s when released. Good, Jason said firmly. She deserves it. 2 weeks later, Linda's lawyer requested a meeting with me and Marcus. We met at Marcus's law office downtown. Ms. Thompson, Linda's attorney began, my client would like to speak with you directly. Linda entered the room, looking exhausted and defeated. She was thinner, her hair uncombed, wearing a prison jumpsuit. Cassidy, Linda said, her voice cracking. I need to apologize. I was wrong. I was greedy and jealous, and I destroyed your life. Please, I'm begging you. Talk to the DA. Ask them to reduce the charges. I'll pay everything back. I'll give you my house, my car, everything I own. Just please, help me. I stared at her for a long moment. No. Please, Cassidy. I'm your aunt. You stopped being my aunt 5 years ago when you framed me. When you convinced my parents I was a criminal. When you made me lose my family, my job, my reputation. You watched me suffer, and you celebrated it. I made a mistake. You made calculated, deliberate choices over years, Marcus interrupted. You paid an accountant to frame an innocent woman. You stole millions of dollars. You manipulated an entire family. Those aren't mistakes. That's malice. Cassidy, please! I spent 5 years rebuilding my life from nothing. I worked 3 jobs. I cried myself to sleep, wondering if my family would ever speak to me again. You did that to me. So no, I won't help you. Face the consequences of what you did. Linda begins crying. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Your apology means nothing to me, I said coldly. You're only sorry because you got caught. Marcus stood. This meeting is over. Linda, you'll receive formal notice that Cassidy is pursuing maximum civil damages in addition to the criminal proceedings. We're suing for defamation, emotional distress, lost wages, and punitive damages totaling $6 million. I don't have that kind of money. Then you'll lose existing, just like I did. We left Linda sobbing in the conference room. Outside, Marcus turned to me. How do you feel? He asked. Powerful, I replied. For the first time in 5 years, I feel powerful. 3 months later, Linda pleaded guilty to 12 felony counts. She was sentenced to 22 years in prison and ordered to pay full restitution plus damages. My ownership in Thompson Development was fully restored. My father and I now run the company together, and it's thriving. Last week, my family threw me a 30th birthday party, the first time in 5 years we'd all been together for a celebration. Emma and Marcus were there, of course. Jason gave a toast about second chances and truth winning over lies. To Cassidy, Dad said, raising his glass, "The strongest person I know. I'm proud to be your father." I realized then that revenge isn't about making someone suffer. It's about reclaiming what was stolen from you. Linda took my family, my career, and my dignity. Through evidence, truth, and legal justice, I took everything back, plus my self-respect. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted completely, only to discover they'd been undermining you all along? What would you have done in my situation? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.